My brother just saw this outfit, was shocked. Last time I made him watch was probably debut of Warlock outfit. That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago, dude. It's been forever. It's been forever. I actually have the just not the model artwork. I mean, like just the design sheet. I have the art for that done, of like what I want it to look like. I worked with Milky again, but I haven't made moves to actually put it on a model yet because there's just a billion other projects pipelined. And in my mind, I was like, oh, it would be so cool to start working on this like early this year so that I could maybe do it in like October or something. Or maybe it was September 2nd, do it on that anniversary or whatever. But there's just like other stuff that got in the way. Not in a bad way. It's other stuff I want to do. So it's on the list, but yeah. So I have the design draft sitting there. When I can do it, I will. But it might take a bit. It might take a bit. Why not 1 billion to 1? Because they're so expensive. Do you know how expensive it is for me to get a new model? This is why I use the same base model for everything, because it at least keeps the cost down a little bit. But the art cost to get the outfit and hairstyle on it is still pretty much most of the model, so it's still expensive. And then the rigging is really expensive. And the thing is, like, there have been, okay, 5 years ago, if you were debuting a new outfit, it was a big deal. You had a bajillion people show up, your merch sold like crazy, whatever, right? Now, people just do not show up in droves as much as they used to for like new outfit debuts and things across the board. I'm not just saying like me, I mean like for every VTuber, almost everyone's noticed a big downturn in that over time.
So I was using my V-Word model for like 5 years, right? And when I debuted my 2D model, which was my big debut, I went from, I think, 100 average viewers to 300 average viewers. And nowadays, you debut and you don't get shit from it. Like the male model got me 10 viewers, 10 new viewers, surprisingly. People just go to the debut, watch it, and then leave. Like, they won't be interested in watching a new person because there's so many VTubers now, and the debuts happen so often.
So if you spend 5K, 10K on a model, you may very, very, very well not get that money made back and break even on it. Like, you might actually spend more to do that debut than you get back. And if you get the money back, then there's other stuff. If you debut an outfit and you're like, oh, I want a little animatic, I want to get a couple extra art pieces, etc. Like, it just adds a lot of overhead, you know? So yeah, it's not really cost effective. So you should do it if you really want it, but you know, at best you maybe break even. Unless you're one of the top few where your merch sells that crazily, maybe, but you know, that's just a handful of people. For most people, it's not really the case, you know? So for me, I keep it to, I have a certain number of things I'll do per year, essentially, in my head. And I kind of scale it to, like, honestly, if I have more bits, more gifted subs within a time period, I take like I literally budget it. I take a percentage of everything that I get that's not normal paid subs. It's like extraneous, right? Like gifting or bits or whatever. And I take a percent of that, and then I put that percent aside. And it's like, when this hits a certain number, boom, new model fund. That's kind of how I do it. That way it always matches up with how things are going, and it's not like relying on how the debut goes, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So that way it's kind of like,
hey, GEEGA, congratulations, by the way, on being the newest.
Thank you for the bits, guys. But yeah, I try to do it like that, because everything you pay for a model is up front. You know, you buy everything, you pay for everything, and then you debut, and maybe during and after that time people buy merch or gift extra or whatever, and that's cool. But yeah, I try to front load it based off of just how stuff is going. That's my way of doing it, and it seems to work out for me. And then some of them are partial paid for if they're like working with a game or, you know, things like that. Or if certain sponsorships, like the longer term ones, not the game ones, but the ones that are like for products and stuff, I also put that into it. So if you guys like buy Cheeky Soap and you use my code, or you do Gamer Subs and you use my code, anything I make from that, I also put into that same like fund to kind of like offset it, you know? So yeah, that's how I do mine. That's how I do mine, to make sure that I'm not like spending really stupidly, you know? I don't want to be a stupid idiot. So that's how I do it, to make sure I don't end up in a weird financial spot ever. 5K to 10K. Wow, there goes my hopes of trying to be a VTuber. No. It does not have to be that expensive. It does not. Not at all. You can get really good stuff. I would say don't get anything custom, but you can get really good stuff for way less. Way less. And especially if it's not fully custom, get a customizable model, like a pre-made thing where you set a bunch of toggles and things to change it around a little bit, like a character creator. Those are the most cost effective and the most worth your time, honestly. Truly. It doesn't have to be that expensive. I go to certain people to get certain work done, so it is going to cost that much. Also, there's a certain, how do I say this? There's a certain expectation. There's a certain expectation of quality in things. Once you start getting quality models, you're kind of like stuck there. And if you get something that's not the same quality, a lot of people will then get weird about it. And they'll start being like, oh, downgrade, right? Even if you were just like, oh, I just want to be cost effective, they'll be like, oh, downgrade. And then it's not so much on me, it's more like I don't want an artist I work with to ever get called the downgrade. You know what I mean? So you have to, it's more of like a courtesy thing, but you end up kind of staying in a certain range of like quality, which then also means range of money in a lot of ways, unfortunately. Not always. You know, there are also a lot of people that will just charge you more if they're aware you work with certain artists who tend to charge a certain amount. Then if they work with you, they'll be like, oh, I'll just charge them that too, even if their prices are usually lower. Yeah, there's that as well. So it's actually hard to work with people at a normal price after a certain point, which is, that's just how it is, man. I don't know. But yeah, you kind of get caught in a cycle, essentially. Their idea of your situation. Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of people that I think have tried to overcharge me on some things in the past, where I think it was especially when I joined VShojo. They had this idea that like I made a shit ton of money because I was in VShojo. And I was like, hey, no, not really. Also, like, I've mentioned my situation a lot before, but I like pay for a lot of things for some family members who can't, you know, so I don't take all of my take home and then just go, yay, and throw it in a bank account and clap for myself, you know? But like, you know, that health-related bills from all my really bad medical shit in the past, etc., doesn't matter. They just see like a person who's known and they're like, okay, yeah, this art piece will be $5,000. Oh, you want commercial rights? Oh yeah, my fee is plus 500%. like some stuff that's insane, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't always go through with it, but I've been quoted some crazy numbers. Do you negotiate with them when that happens, or do you just drop them? I usually just say, oh no, thank you, can't afford it. I just say no, thank you. I don't try to negotiate, because negotiating often means being like, you have to shake the person and go, I know you don't usually charge that, haha. Right? And then it's just a weird, awkward conversation, and that person usually does not react well to that. So yeah. For the most part, I just go, okay, no, thank you. Appreciate your time. You know? That's my method, just to not make it weird. If they ever want to come back and go, hey, you know, my prices are now this, I will talk to them about it. That's no problem. No problem at all, you know? But yeah. It gets a little crazy. Me literally dragging my brothers into a store being like, you have to get new pants. Your pants suck. You have to get new pants. And they're like, oh,